Good morning. We are at the Goodwill Bins. It's actually like 11:42, so it's barely morning.
Barely.
But I'm hoping like just going later will be chill, kind of like it was last week. I'm not holding my breath that it's going to be Quiltapalooza again. Like that was insane.
It was so great last week. There were so many stacks of quilts.
Really, the big difference was there was nobody there buying the quilts, so I could just take my time and get them without feeling like it was competitive. So let's go inside and see if we can flip for a profit. Oh, Julia's with us. She's optimistic that the bins are going to be good. No baskets. All right, first thing I'm finding is this corduroy purse. It's super cute. I think it would be fun to like use for yarn, and it's in pretty good shape. I'm gonna grab it. All right, so this one isn't perfect, but I think it's pretty sweet. I like all the hearts on it, the pink, the blue. It's got a couple of rips in it, but they're like pop seams. So I'm gonna grab this quilt. All right, here's another pieced quilt. They're closing this off, so I'm gonna have to get out of here, but I'll show it to you in a second.
All right, we got some new mics. Let's see if they noise cancel good enough or if I'm gonna have to really work on the sound still. I feel like the music is extra loud today. All right. So I missed a book last week and some people were asking me about it. I just missed it, I didn't see it. Got this one here though. It's got some age on it. Looks like it was maybe a, let's see, was it a library book? It's from 1981. This book's fun. How to plan and plant your own property. Look at, someone actually used it. They did their own plan. I like it. I love it when they have illustrations like this. That way I can get it, because I'm a very visual person. This is in black and white, but I think it's still got good, valid information. They're doing a bin switch out. Hopefully they do the books soon. Story of Southern Cross Trans-Pacific Flight 1928. Is that signed?
All right, so this one just has like flowers and squares and just kind of simple. This one looks like shabby chic. What do you guys think? I think it's really pretty. Look, here's another quilt. This is not in perfect shape. It's a little bit bally, but I still think it'll wash up cute. So I'm gonna grab it.
I just found a couple of wood ornaments. I'm actually thinking of repainting these and possibly using one of them on the top of that horse, that wooden horse that's going to get a makeover that I got earlier this week. So it's been a little bit since I found a big encyclopedia type paper, but this is not an encyclopedia. Idaho State Library. This is from 1933, the papers of Sir William Johnson. They just had new bins come out. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can haul stuff for Jami. We still don't have a cart.
All right, so I found like these homemade stockings. Some of them are not my jam. Like, I don't love that one, but these are really cute. I think that they would just need to have somebody like hot glue or sew in like a little loop on the top. And then I also love these and these. So I'm gonna snag all the ones that I like the color combos of. So far I'm not seeing any quilts I can live without. And these bins back here are always crazy town when people first get in them. So I usually let them have at it and then I come later because it is not worth the elbows thrown. Although I kind of like that quilt. Let's check that out. So I found the twin.
Maybe the last book of the day. Doesn't look like they're going to switch the bins out for me. Surprise Island from the 60s, I think 1968 and 69, something like that. But I like the cover on the book. Whoa.
They've got a big bin that's open, so I'm going to start digging. See what I can find in here.
Found a couple of these. Looks like got some staining. That'll probably come out though. We get a lot of stains out. It looks like there's some more hiding. Let's just keep digging right here in this spot, see what we find. Maybe that's all I'm gonna get. What are these? It's like stockings. It's all kinds of different ones.
These are all over the place. I'm like 3 bins down. I like these color combos. They're kind of cute. I feel like they need something on them, a little embellishment. All right, I just pulled this out. I think it's from Pottery Barn. These actually sell for a couple $100 new. And if it's full size, we'll just keep it because Redrick loves these quilts. So I'm randomly looking around and I found another one of these pillow shams. I love it when I can find a complete set. All right, Zeb, so how much was it?
$59.
$59.
There's the bins. We have our other haul. We got to get the spiders off of that.
I know, I'm like, don't put that in my car, but I think we did pretty good. My favorite thing is that we found 2 of these. I found one and Zeb found the other one. I think they're leather. At least these are leather, and then there's metal.
I'm not sure
leather
what this is. This almost feels like old, like plastic when it first started.
Like old plastic.
Around.
I don't know. And then they've got brass and brass over copper. And Odelia got clothes. She's not mic'd up, so I don't know if you can hear her, but she got a whole bag of clothes. Good job.
All right, I am here at the shop, and we had this little table dropped off to us. So we are going to, I don't know what Jami has in mind for the makeover. I don't know if she's going to paint the bottom or if we're just going to clean it. It's a little dusty, but it's actually in really good shape. Someone's already sanded the top. It looks like it may have had a veneer. This might be the veneer, but I think we're down past the veneer on this. I think that's some sort of maple or something. But it's in really great shape. I don't know, we may just clean it up, wipe it up, do some oil on it, and then do something to that top. Or it might get painted. The whole thing may get painted. We'll see. So we got it home, we're wiping it down. I actually sanded the top because it did have a veneer on it that had been peeled off before we got it. Who did we get this from?
Elaine.
Elaine gave this to us. Thank you, Elaine. It's an amazing piece.
Elaine is also my middle name, so I feel like this was meant to be.
Nice. So I sanded off the glue that was on the top of this because there was some glue left over from the veneer being peeled off. And we've got this beautiful top. So I'm thinking dark wax on the top. You're going to paint the bottom?
So what I want to do is I'm going to paint the bottom in the bespoke milk paint in trellis rose because pink sells really well. And pink is very controversial. So maybe you can let me know in the comments. Do you like pink? Do you not like pink? Are you upset that I'm painting an antique? Anyway, so we're going to paint it trellis rose, and then we'll do dark oil wax on the top, and then we'll seal the milk paint with dark oil wax because I like a little bit of a dirty pink.
It'll all be nice and chippy.
Yeah.
So this is typical Thursday after a thrift haul. You know, we get back from the bins and we've got to put all this stuff up, but we have to take pictures of it and put it on the website for the Saturday thrift haul first. Then it goes to the garage. And then we usually finish some sort of project, which is this.
Well, and then we painted all that, so.
We did paint this in a channel membership. This is from the thrift haul last Saturday, all the stuff that had sold that needed painted. So that's done, and then that needs put away. So we'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon.
Well, the way I like to do is I'm gonna paint this, and while this dries, then we'll clean up this, or Zeb will clean this while I'm painting. 1 part warm water and 1 part milk paint, and I just mixed it up with a fork. You could also use an immersion blender. This is like a really dusty rose color. It's really pretty. Okay. So I'm not using any extra bond in this, so it might chip off. Make sure when you're buying milk paint that you do buy extra bond because you might need it. You never know. This is like hit or miss. It's pretty dry. And I do want pretty chippy, so I'm taking a risk and I'm just gonna paint it without bond. And if it all chips off, then I'll add some bond and repaint it.
So Jami's not even fully painted this yet.
This is taking a long time because it's so detailed. I knew it would.
But look at the chipping we're getting on this. This is gonna go real chippy. She didn't use any extra bond. It's probably been oiled quite a bit. Though it was dry, some of those oils will be residual on your wood.
So I'm gonna finish painting it just to get this coat on, and then I think I'm gonna come back with a coat with some bond on it and go over a few areas. And then we'll go from there, because I wanted it to look like, I did want it to chip, like I wanted it to look like an old barn piece, you know, like it was painted, it sat in a barn for a long time, but I do want some paint to stick. So we'll let it dry, and then we'll come back, sand off what's loose, or I might just paint over what's loose, I do that sometimes too, and then let's put it with bond, and then we'll sand it and dark oil wax it, and whatever is left will be left. It's gonna be chippy.
It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be great.
So this is pretty good up here. That's like all.
That's the right amount of chippy though.
Yeah, this down here is a little much.
Still got a bunch over here.
So I'm just gonna like loosen it all up with my hand. This I just kind of. And then I added extra bond to this paint. Just kind of, oops, this brush got a little.
Did it get crusty?
It got a little crusty while it was waiting. It's fine. I'm just gonna brush this on here and then we'll sand it all smooth and then whatever it is, and we will oil wax it.
This is a really good way to build texture.
Yeah, old, crusty, it's all good.
We were just knocking off more loose stuff and Jamie's like, I actually don't mind this much chippy, but for some people this would be like, whoa, catastrophic chippy.
Well, I want it to look old and like decrepit.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. There's just like a few spots, like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna repaint this. I'm gonna be sanding for a little bit. This is a lot to sand.
It's looking really good though.
Yeah, you wanna sand everywhere you painted just to remove any loose paint. It'll like smooth out the paint and then it'll be ready for the oil wax.
And it does get smooth. It doesn't really show any brush strokes. It gets very smooth.
Well, unless you had some area that like needed 2 coats or whatever. I did like a coat and then a little bit with the bond.
You mostly just touched up the really chippy parts.
Yep. I just want to show you guys crazy Utah weather. If you watched the beginning of this video, it was sunshiny and today it's all snow here. All right, so we're using the Sweet Pickins oil wax in dark, and that is how we are going to stain and seal the top, and also how we're going to seal the pink. So we'll wipe it back and it'll be like a dirty glazed pink, and then we'll have a dark stain top.
This is gonna sit on here for about 15 minutes, and the brush is gonna find some more loose milk paint. We'll get some more chips off of here, but it's pretty chippy, so I'm not really worried about that.
If you like the color and you're like, okay, I want more sealer, you could also put clear oil wax over the top of the dark oil wax or do one more coat of dark oil wax once it dries. And we might, depending on the look, but just make sure, like Zep's putting it on there, but when he's all done, he's gonna do long, even strokes with the wood grain, let it sit 15 minutes and then wipe it back.
Okay, this is nice and saturated in now. It's been sitting for about 15 minutes. I'm just gonna start wiping it back. And you want to do this part with the grain. You can see it leveled out nice and even. You couldn't see any of my brush strokes. Then we're just going to work our way down and pick up all that excess oil that hasn't absorbed down in. Also making sure we're evening it out. We don't want any deep pooling because that'll create a darker spot. All right, so we've wiped it all down. This will continue to settle down a little bit. The top is probably the color it's going to be. It's gonna get a little more matte because right now you can still see it's a little wet. You can see the shine on there. I might do another coat. We'll see what it looks like in the morning. I'm gonna let it sit overnight. And then if I think it needs more durability on the top, I'll do another coat on the top. But pretty happy with how it turned out. It's looking really nice and chippy down here.
But you can also see where we fixed it on the bottom where it was like completely missing and it only chipped off kind of in that corner. So we were able to like pull back some of the crazy chippy and address that.
Yep. It's always a fun time over at the bins. We have been finding a ton of linens the last few weeks. Not a lot of books, which, you know, we had some really good book runs for a long time, so I'm okay with that.
I love the way the milk paint with dark oil wax turned out. That trellis rose and bespoke. It's just good. It's like a breath of fresh air. We've had some really good pastel pinks, but we've needed the rose pinks in our life. And I'm so grateful Elaine gave us that table because it'll give us another beautiful table to stage with in the shop.
Yeah, and you know, so far I haven't gotten tired of oil waxing all the things. So dark oil wax for days.
Everything's going to be available for our Saturday thrift haul, so don't miss that. It's 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, and you can shop JamiRayVintage.com. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you on the next episode.